Alright, you guys ready for this list of the, in my opinion, top 3 most glamorized, typical crap survival items? And I don't mean crap in quality. I'm sure you could have great quality of any of these items I'm about to show you, but as far as the practicality and the actual use in a survival situation, they're completely useless. I'm going to start off with what I showed you guys just a minute ago, with the survival pen, or the tactical pen, or whatever you want to call it. And I have a couple reasons that I've noted just in the last few days of carrying this thing around and thinking about its real practical use for the average guy, EDC carry. The construction of this pen is absolutely fine. It's not made out of plastic, it's made out of metal like you'd hope, and it's got a nice, real strong, thick clip to it. As you can see, it's got a really nice point on this glass breaker back here, or whatever you want to call it. It could be used as a weapon. And it has a pen, and believe it or not, it does write. But are you going to carry this in your pocket? Now, if you're someone who has to carry around a pen every day with them already, then I'd say, maybe you put it in your shirt pocket, you'll carry it around, and you'll be happy. But for an average guy, like I would include myself in that category, I don't carry a pen. I do carry a handful of things on me when I walk around, and those include a knife, and I'm not picky with knives. I don't call myself a knife guy, I'm a gun guy. But for me, if it has a sharp blade, it's reliable, then it's good enough. And this is a $25, $30 Kershaw knife. I actually bought this over a year ago. Been carrying it around. I use it constantly. Every single day I use it. From everything from opening packages to cutting rope and string and anything you can imagine. And one of the other things I carry is this Streamlight MicroStream. And I can't say enough good about the MicroStream. It's the greatest little flashlight, way brighter than you think it would be. You could see all the wear from me carrying this for over a year. And this is my second one. The first one I had stolen from me. Didn't break, had it stolen. So what I wanted to say about tactical pen in comparison to these two items that I always make sure I have on me are the size. Now with the knife open you can see it's pretty big, but with it closed you're talking about something that is shorter in length, not nearly as pokey. This is pokey on both ends, so when you're carrying around, you're going to notice that. And it lays just as flat to the body as the pen would. And I can argue that a knife, not even a tactical combat knife, whatever, just any plain old blade that you carry on you, whether it's folding knife, fixed blade, out the front, any of those, is that the knife will be 100 times, if not more practical than the pen will, because this, you might run into a situation where you actually have to use this pen in defending yourself or something, but other than that, like if you're trying to get out of a burning car or get someone out of a burning car, you're going to need to break a window. Well, you can do that with a good solid constructed knife. You don't need this. This is just a big hunk of metal that's sitting there in your pocket. And the other big point for me is how often are you in the dark and in need of some type of light? Okay, everybody has this flashlight on their cell phone these days, but this thing is just, it's one little grab away, boom, it's out, click it on, you can mount it on your hat, whatever, and look at the size there. It's roughly the same diameter, but it's way shorter and it doesn't have any points on it. So I would carry this without any doubt over a tactical pen. Useless. If you're trying to defend yourself, maybe you want to have this tactical pen on you, but that's why people conceal carry. That's why people have their CCW, their CHL. Alright, this is what I have for you guys on a test of the tactical pen. So I'm not going to break glass in the garage. So we have our point right there. It's pretty good and solid. Thing's not going to break. But to my other point, I got a knife in my pocket. It's honestly wider, it can do an even better job. And it's just as solid. You don't need a point, I'll bet I could break glass with this just as easy as this, because this is so thin in my hand. It would hurt so bad to break glass. You'd have to get so much force behind it, and this would dig into your fingers. Next item I'd like to share with you guys as being impractical in a survival situation is, and I know a lot of people are going to argue with me on this, and it's something that I love myself. It's a lot of fun. That's the Flint striker. People argue, it will be maybe the most reliable because no matter if it's soaking wet, no matter what the situation is, you're always going to be able to get a spark from this. And I would argue there are dozens of different lighters that are made specifically to work after being wet. There are matches you can use. There are so many. I just with the invention of the lighter, this is just so obsolete to me. For like the size of this, you can carry a couple Bic lighters. You can carry 4 mini Bic lighters. This is what I carry. I've carried Zippos before. I've carried butane lighters. I've carried. Well, of course, I would never carry this. But as far as a survival kit, you could fit so many lighters in there, inside a plastic bag, so they would never get wet, as well as tinder and stuff like that to be the same size as this. And all this does is spark. It can't sustain a flame on its own when lighting something. And these things are so much fun to use. You know, I love just for the heck of it, just starting a fire with these. You know, you feel like an outdoorsman. No, not really, but it's just fun. It's like fireworks, as you can see. I just did there, but I really don't see a practical use behind this. It's cool, yeah. Maybe if you have a big kit, keep it in your kit. A lot of fun, but no practicality in my opinion. And feel free to argue it. You know, go in the comments, argue with me. Absolutely, tell me why this should be in the kit over, you know, lighters that are kept dry, or lighters with fishing line wrapped around them, or electrical tape wrapped around them, then you could use in the future. Unlike just this, stick this, it's there. Alright guys, I got the gigantic camping pan here, and I love this thing, I gotta tell you. It'll be a review for a different time this summer, but we're gonna do a little comparison here in lighting a piece of paper towel with our little Flint stick here versus a Bic lighter. And you guys can time me, but this is just showing the effectiveness and how easy it is to light something. There we go. Now we're talking. Look at that. We have a flame. It's good news. Into my pocket, getting my Bic lighter, and we have flame. So that's my 2 cents on the Flint stick. I don't know if I've ever seen a survival kit that didn't come with a compass. I very commonly see survival kits that come with compasses like this one right here. And we're not going to have a debate here about paracord. I love paracord. This thing might be way too gigantic for me to even fit on my wrist. I don't know, you know, whose wrist they put this on. But the use of the paracord, absolutely, I love it. Paracord, so many uses. And it's so strong, so that's very important to me. And the way they have this on here on the clasp, to, you know, cut the paracord, get it loose, whatever. You have a little saw right there to get that started. But as you can see, embedded in this clasp right here is a compass. And to me, this is just the most ridiculous thing. Would you ever really trust this compass in directing you where you need to go? And I will admit, this compass right here is relatively accurate. It's more accurate than a large compass I have. But if you are actually wearing this on your wrist, it's just going to take one day of wear to, you know, knock it out of place or completely destroy and make it render it completely useless. So the practicality of the mini compass, they always include these. You see them worked into every little thing. A little tiny compass. Oftentimes they'll mount them in something that's metal, like really hard metal that would totally throw off the magnetism of the compass. And it's like, what are they? Just because it has a compass in it doesn't mean that that's going to keep you alive. Oh, it's survival now. It's tactical. To me, I don't see it. And the other coolest thing about this this little bracelet right here, I would argue, is the but again, just like what we talked about in the last one, where's the practicality of carrying the Flint? I agree with this one because it's worked into the clasp, but carrying Flint alone, I don't see it. But anyway, these are the 3 survival items that are, you know, included in almost every survival kit, but really don't have any practical use. And if you know of a tactical pen out there that's really cool and has, you know, a lot of uses and things to it, please either post a link in the comments or send it to me, my email or something, and show me, because I see these all the time and I'm like, what the hell is a tactical pen? I'd rather carry just one of those pens you get a pack of 10 for $1.99 that probably writes better than this. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to hit the subscribe button and check out the link to my Patreon in the description if you want to support more videos in the future, if you like my content, that type of things. We're not making any money on YouTube anymore. Finite amounts of money because of YouTube's new policies. But thank you for watching, and check out some of the other content I have on the channel.